Small and medium enterprises have aided in the expansion and development of industrialized economies around the world and have over time shown to be one of the most powerful drivers for economic emancipation and expansion. The same is true for Uganda and Nigeria, both of which have a significant number of SMEs seeking to grow their businesses and access new markets. According to a recent analysis by the International Trade Center, small and medium enterprises make up over 90% of businesses in both Uganda and Nigeria and employ a significant percentage of the labor force in both nations. Despite this, a lot of SMEs have trouble getting access to markets, technology and financing, which restricts their ability to grow and have an impact on the economy. In light of Nigeria's large population, which provides a sizable market for Uganda exports, the amount of trade between Uganda and Nigeria is quite low, with Ugandan goods sold in Nigeria totaling to more than $4 million.
The cost of finance is costly, but these are things we have raised even different for us, and we are working on them. It's a working process. It's an ongoing. Because you see, when you are borrowing the money, you are borrowing from somebody who's trying to make money, right? So, but we are, I'm sure you've seen this several times, that whatever you had for us, we talk about the cost of doing business, particularly for the SMEs, which actually find that they die in their infancy due to the expense of finance. But it's a working process. Yep. Yeah.
The leaders of Uganda and Nigeria have come together to explore how to maximize the influence of small and medium enterprises on trade and economic cooperation between the two nations in order to address these issues. They understood that while SMEs have the ability to spur economic growth and enhance the standard of living for their inhabitants, doing so will take a lot of work.
One, we are creating a forum that will scale up interaction between specifically the private sector of Uganda and the private sector of Nigeria, so that they can start the process of sharing information, which will lead to better cooperation in the areas of investment, trade, tourism, and capacity building.
From Nigeria to Uganda, Uganda to Nigeria, SMEs will begin to spring up. We want to promote trade. When we say trade, we are not talking of trades that go through the ship or whatever. You have a small capital. You can buy a small thing that you know if you get to Nigeria, you are selling it.
According to recent statistics, trade between the two countries has increased by over 25%, and the number of SMEs exporting goods and services has increased by over 30%. However, there is still work to be done, particularly with regard to the free trade zone for the continent of Africa and the removal of tariffs to encourage trade. The permanent secretary of the Ministry of Trade estimates that Uganda's trade volume was approximately $25 million in 2022.
So in terms of AFCFTA, if we are going to go down on the countries which are going to have a bigger impact in terms of market, we have to start with Nigeria, because they have a population of over 200 million people, while for us we have about 44 million people. So it is a win-win situation. Uganda is rich in investment opportunities. We have a lot of agro-processing opportunities, oil and gas opportunities, investment in almost everything, tourism. So I think if Nigeria comes on board fully, and as you know, they have accepted to give us a flight between Uganda and Nigeria, because initially we had to first fly out of Africa, then come back to Nigeria. But if we can ease that business by opening those trade routes, I think we are good to go.
Optimizing the impact of SMEs on trade and economic cooperation between Uganda and Nigeria is crucial for driving economic growth and improving the livelihoods of their citizens. The joint efforts of both countries to support SMEs through initiatives such as financing, technology transfer, business matchmaking, and facilitation are already yielding positive results and are expected to continue to do so in the future. Naomi Mtumba, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.